What's going on, everybody? My name is Tiger here with Hola Prime, and this is your market review of Wednesday and a preview of Thursday. Today, July 23rd, here in the U.S. still. Good morning to you over in Asia and Europe, July 24th. A record-breaking stock rally gained traction as the United States reached a trade agreement with Japan, while speculation grew about a similar deal with the European Union. Treasuries, they did halt a 5-day rally, and the dollar fell as demand for safe haven assets declined as well. The S&P 500 reached all-time highs on news that the EU and the US are working toward an agreement that would impose a 15% tariff on most products. Meanwhile, Alphabet did report higher than expected revenue late Wednesday, but said capital expenditures would be higher than previously forecast. Tesla's earnings fell short of expectations as well. On to treasuries. Treasury 10-year yields, they did increase 4 basis points to 4.39%. Bonds fell despite a strong $13 billion sale of 20-year securities, which tested the appetite for long-term debt. Japan's 40-year government bond auction saw the lowest demand as well, lowest demand since 2011. The EU and the US have accelerated talks in recent weeks to avoid a full-fledged trade war. That is good news, of course. According to reports, European officials are optimistic about reaching an agreement after all, but negotiations are still ongoing. Trump's top trade negotiators touted their approach to resolving grievances with Japan as potential incentive for the EU. Commerce Secretary Lutnick stated that Japan's pledge of billions of dollars in U.S. investments could be a model for the EU. Treasury Secretary Bessent stopped short of saying the bloc can get the same deal, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Yesterday's historic trade deals with the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan was a great sign for ongoing trade discussions to come. The Philippines and Indonesia will include a 19% reciprocal tariff to the United States, as well as the Japan deal, including a 15% tariff. Now, Japan also pledged a $550 billion investment with the United States, for which Japan will receive about 10% of those earnings. So it's a win-win for both countries. And as a result of this good news, the Nikkei has enjoyed a more than 5% gain thus far. All this just in less than 24 hours. So they're really loving it over there. While again, the U.S. indices, they've reached all-time highs as well. It's been quite a turnaround since the huge declines we saw in the aftermath of Trump's Liberation Day tariff package released in early April. We've seen a V-shaped recovery towards all-time highs in many assets. So that's good news. And as far as currencies are concerned, I see the New Zealand has been beating expectations on 88% of the recent economic calendar releases, the 83% winners for euro as well, and then 80% for the Swiss franc. So to me, they're the strongest currencies at this time, while the Canada dollar comes in as the weakest at only a 29% expectations beat. So personally, any chances I get to pair one of those stronger currencies with the weaker Canada dollar, I'm hopping on my chart to time a trade in the spot Forex. So we'll see how that works out the rest of the week. Turning to the economic calendar, it's just been more lip flapping sessions to highlight the early part of the week from Bank of England Governor Bailey, that was yesterday, and U.S. Fed Chair Powell. Albeit Powell's speech comprised mostly of banking regulations, not anything related to monetary policy. So basically a nothing burger, as they say. And as far as this evening, we do have a Royal Bank of Australia Governor Bullock. She's set to speak at the Annika Foundation. Traders, of course, do scrutinize her public engagements as they are often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policy. And as far as Thursday's session, it's all about PMI data, so get ready. We're going to get both the manufacturing PMI and the services PMI data. Of course, that's Purchasing Managers Index for short, but releases, and that's going to be early in the European trading session. Now, this is for the euro and for the British pound. For the euro, the ever-important rate decision will also follow that, where expectations are for the euro to keep rates unchanged at 2.15%. Which would be the first decision within the last several where they're forecasted to not drop rates. So an interesting note there. The U.S. PMI releases will be at 9:45 a.m. New York City time, and they should wake up the slumber here in the States for traders looking for some hard data to trade off of. So Thursday is going to be the biggest day of the week for red folder calendar data. And as always, do be careful before and after those releases, as volatility will surely spike, as we all know, and knock out those weaker stop losses. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's knock them dead and finish off the week strong. Back to you guys.
Hey, hey, hey. What is
What's
the
going
haps,
on?
Coach Tiger? How are you?
What's that? Excellent.
How are you?
It's hump day.
Good.
It's hump day. Can you hear me okay?
Awesome. Yeah, I hear you great.
You can
How
hear me?
about me?
Perfect. Yep, you sound great.
Great.
I know you
Good
were
job
having
on the
some
news, man.
fiascos.
That was a good session right there, the news. I like it. I
Well,
like it.
thanks. Thank you. I knew you were having some issues with your headphones the other day. Did you get all that squared away?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
And it was the simplest little thing. Like I was taking everything apart and uninstalling it, and I found it was the quirkiest little weird deal. So we're good. We're good now.
Yeah. It's always
Yeah.
something small, like
Yeah.
turn on the power.
I know.
What is this? What does this look better, Carol? Daryl, I've got my light on dimish. and I can brighten it up. Is that
Right.
too bright, or does it look a
No,
little
I mean
better
I have
dim?
actually. I'm in front, so obviously I'm 2 hours behind you, so the sun's setting in my face. So I've got two windows here in
Yeah,
me, but I also have my little lamp on too. Now, if I turn my lamp off, it doesn't get that dark for me right
yeah,
now, but in about an hour I'll need
you're
it.
right.
I think you're too dark
I
right
got you.
there. Try to go a little bit, but don't go too much.
Yeah,
That's
that's as
good.
bright as
I
it
know. I
gets.
know.
I
Don't
just
do
wanted to
too
make
bright.
sure. I just
That's
wanted to make
good. I
sure
see you
everybody could
fine.
see my freckles. Yeah,
So how
I'll be
you been?
getting me
How's
a lava soon, like
oh
yours, so I can sit back
you
there.
are?
Yep, yep. Going to
I know.
Spencer's to get one here soon.
You should ask Coach Troy to send you one. He's got like four,
Yeah. Okay.
and he
Yeah,
doesn't turn
I
them
saw
on.
them.
He won't turn them on because he's in his basement and it's hot enough with all his screens and all his machines running. So he's like, because they do put off some heat, a little, barely. You know, I mean,
I had one in high school, and that
yeah.
thing at that time was like 30 years old. It was old, but I would just sit and stare at that thing in a trance all the time. That's crazy.
I used to have one too. I had a cool one. I think I had like a purple and clear one, and I must have got rid of it or sold it at a, probably like a garage sale, a move. And then my son, when he was growing up, we went to Vegas one time, and he's like, "Dad, I want to get a lava lamp." So he picked this, and he doesn't use
Yeah.
it. So I snagged it out of his room. I'm like, "This is mine now,"
Yep.
because he's not using
Yep.
it.
Yep. We never outgrow lava lamps,
Yeah.
do we?
No, they're kind of cool. So, man, what a week it's been these last 3 days. And I want to say good morning to Stace Trades. How you doing? Andre's
Yep.
back in. Good job, Andre. And Latibe7. That's a new name I haven't heard of. So if you're
Let it
new,
be.
welcome.
We
Have you
just
heard of
gave
that?
away
Have you heard?
a free account to Let It Be. So Let It Be's
Oh,
got his up.
it's Let It Be. It's Let It Be. I like that.
And then Stacy as
Yeah.
well. So hey,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know when we're going to give away more free accounts. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, your cat, everybody to start spreading the news. We're trying to grow this channel organically, right? So
Your dog, your cat.
more eyes, the better. And we have a lot of fun doing this.
Absolutely. Hey, we've
Man,
only
the
been live
Nikkei.
like, what, 5 days?
Yeah.
It's
What
kicking
do
butt.
you think about this
Kicking butt.
Nikkei?
Dude, today's trading day was crazy.
Since last night, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just been going
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I mean, the whole week has been crazy. We've been, it was so funny because I posted something in Discord last night about, because we had a sell-off yesterday a little bit, right? We never got to the all-time highs again in the ES. And I was like, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep, maybe going down a little bit, or we come up and retest? Man, we squeezed up the whole overnight, retested, opened up at highs, and then all day long we just, beside a little bit of some responsive selling right off the bat, it was just, man, what a move today. And I think the NASDAQ's like 12 points away. I haven't checked it yet. We may have already made all-time highs already in the overnight.
We're up
here.
there pretty much. Yep.
But
pretty
everything
close.
is up. Dow. Yep. So
yeah, they're really liking these trade deal talks. Excuse me.
And the earnings were pretty strong when we closed. We closed like, Tesla was not that great, so they sold off, but Alphabet was very good and IBM was very good. I think that helped the Dow really kind of push its way up at the end because it's a Dow component. But yeah, all the other coaches I was with all day, they're just like, they're all waiting to fade this one. I'm like, don't fade it. I'm like, why are you guys getting in front of this? This is a freaking cargo ship. It's not slowing down and it's not going to turn around yet. But the interesting thing, Tiger, I was talking to Sam about this. Do you remember how after we had that massive V bottom return from April 9th, Liberation Day, when we came out with all the tariff stuff, right. all the head bankers like Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan Chase and all these other guys, they were all predicting where the S&P could end up for the end of the year, for the end of this year, 2025. and they were saying 6,400, maybe 6,500. We already made 6,400 today, and we got 5 more months to go. It's unbelievable.
Right.
I don't know what to think.
It's tough to predict. It was tough to predict the tariffs. I can't blame any of them. I mean, it's kind of uncharted territory.
No, I don't either.
Obviously, Trump did some tariffs in the first term, but this one was just a completely different animal. It's caught. Yeah, I mean, I follow so many really, really good traders, and seemed like a lot of them were picking that would be way, way down at this point. So it's just tough. It doesn't. We don't see this very often, right? So how do you predict something?
Correct.
You don't.
Correct.
That's the thing. Totally. You don't predict.
No, you don't.
You just observe what's going on and try to hitch a ride somewhere.
That's right. You shouldn't predict. We're not in the business of predicting, right? We're in the business of setting a plan and reacting and trading against probabilities, because there's always randomness and not everything's 100%. So you're going to have some statistic that could throw you the other direction. You just have to be that way. I guess it makes for the joy and the pain.
Yeah, people ask me all the time, which way's gold going? Which way is the dollar going? I don't know. I just see where it's going. I just hitch my trailer to it. Like, nobody knows. Anybody saying they know where the markets are going, they're full of it.
Yeah. Of course they are. Of
course. Nobody does.
Of course.
But we just observe the price action and find spots to buy and sell. It's really as simple as that. I mean, it's a lot more difficult than that, but that's the simple side of it anyway. But
have any currencies been at all-time highs? Is New Zealand dollar still at all-time highs, or anything else? Or they don't
just looking at the indices, currency index over here. Aussie is pretty close to its all-time high. Well, to its highs. Let's see here. Dig back a little further. Pull up my chart back in. We'll take a look at some currency indexes real quick. And
I don't watch it, so I'm just curious how they responded the last day or two.
Yeah, we'll just pull it up on a monthly time frame for the moment.
Sure.
So there's the Dixie. Obviously, it's been going down pretty strong. I don't remember which coach showed us this, but basically it was a chart of price action along with who was the president, like Democrat, Republican, and in every single case, the Republican president saw the dollar decline, and the Democrat president saw the price incline. And then obviously the inverse is true for the stock market. So that's not really a surprise. Just looking at the Dixie, obviously been down since Trump's in presidency. I mean, he's going for the cheaper dollar and the higher stock market. So I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting dynamic to see that, whenever they showed that. I mean, here's, right here is President Biden. I mean, you can see the dollar just straight up.
I know. I know.
Obviously having that hiccup, but since Trump, I mean, that's easy to see right there. Right. Super easy. Back here in 2014, there's Obama. There's Obama there.
I actually think what's crazy is I think these moves happen like from Biden to Trump, the second Trump term, right after the election, whenever what it was like November 9th or whatever we had for this last one. Yeah. He wasn't even in office yet, right? He wasn't sworn in January. As soon as the election happens, it starts turning because everyone's like, at that moment, they were so pro Trump policy. Remember, everything was just ripping like crazy going into Christmas. Like, it was unbelievable.
So you can see candle right there. And he hyped up the markets. The markets got super excited, but then obviously we went through the tariff, the tariff uncertainties and staying true to just the way it works in the politics side of things. That's starting to roll over and go down. So, I mean, just looking at some lower points of support. I mean, I do see one right in this area here, just kind of projecting where we could potentially start to see some bounces on the dollar, right there in this little supply demand area. One there, and then there's one a little further down here. Yeah. So if we start, if it continues and we got a really strong monthly wick up there, then we could see some sort of bounce like that, But
sure,
it'll probably be short lived and might just continue down. So. Yeah, interesting stuff, man. I just thought that was I can't remember which coach was talking about that. I think it was, oh my gosh, I can't think off the top of my head. Anyway, it was just interesting.
I don't think it was in one of my sessions. I don't remember. Well, I mean, we know Trump wants a cheaper dollar because it's going to help with paying off the deficit, but there's risks to all this stuff, right? I mean, it just every move you
damned if
make,
you.
every country, every sovereignty is so connected, right? And I know what he wants, but gee, I don't know, man. I mean, and I don't blame. Look, I support a lot of things that he does for our country, but at the same time, it's just not going to be smooth, no matter what. It's just not going to be smooth. It's going to ruffle a lot of feathers. A lot of people get pissed off for a while. It's just going to take time to iron out. But you know what? The thing is, everyone talks about how great Ronald Reagan was. I remember Reagan. I mean, I went to some rallies for Reagan back in the day, but I was too young to vote. I didn't vote for Reagan. I voted for Bush 41. But Reagan, his first term, he ruffled a lot of people too. They didn't like him. The Republicans didn't like him at first. You know, it took like till a second term to kind of start getting the footing. And then, you know, he finished so strongly. Everyone was just like, wow, Reaganomics really did work. All these things were radical in the beginning, but you have to give it a little bit of time to play out. So, like you said,
just gotta give him a chance.
You got to give it, and it's early. And I know everyone wants to knee-jerk react, and you know, we live in this world today with the social media and everything's so instant. It's just like, I mean, every move anyone makes, if they don't like it, they want to crucify that person instantly. And it's like, come on, you know.
It's way too, And I think the moral to the story, and this is for everybody watching, look, you know, when it comes to trading, you got to separate politics from it, because you can love Trump, you can hate Trump, you can love Joe Biden, you can hate Joe Biden, or whoever your prime minister is in your respective countries.
Right, exactly.
At the end of the day, you just got to look at the hard data, right? You just got to look at it as a collection. And when you start seeing these scary news pieces for or against your currency or your market of choice, you know, just think of it. It's just like he said, like Coach Darrell said, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Well, that might move price to a good price where you can take the opposite side of that trade. I do that all the time. That's one thing I love about seeing these crazy pieces come out. It's like, okay, that Trump tariffs coming out, it's going to push price down. Great. I've got a demand zone underneath waiting to take the opposite end. Right?
Exactly.
So that's just kind of the mindset I do. Yeah, and it seems to work well.
You have to find an opportunity, like you said. Take advantage, find an opportunity. You know, no matter who's the ruler of your country, whether you voted for them or not, or you like them or not, you know what? Guess what? We're not going to make a change now. No one's going to do anything. So you just got to live with it, and you got to make the best of it. And how's the best way to make it of it? Just make yourself more money. Put yourself and your family in a great position. And get yourself away from the religion and the politics and all the crap. Don't get tied up in all this stuff, you know.
It's nonsense.
Great advice
when it comes to trading. But as far as the other currency indices, euro, it's been pretty strong. British pound, it's been up.
What were you trading? What did you trade this morning? Did you trade anything this morning? Early?
I took one small loss on gold, I believe it was. Let me flip on over. Yeah. So I've had a lot of these trade setups this week and part of last week too, where price just didn't retrace deep enough to hit my zone. So a lot of things have been running off and leaving me. So I'm trying to get down into some smaller time frames, and I got burned on it this morning. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was a tiny loss, but I was going for this little 10-minute demand zone candle here. Had a nice little reaction at first, but it just tanked. Market didn't care. So that just tells, you know, if I lose a couple trades on a smaller time frame, that just tells me maybe I need to get away from the smaller time frames for a while. Go take a look at the higher time frames. Get more information. What's the big picture looking like? So, you know, just something like gold as an example. I mean, I'm getting I think I'm still getting a bullish reading on gold. No, I'm not. Actually, it's neutral now. Never mind. So I wouldn't even trade gold anyway. But as of this morning on my another platform I use for my fundamental sentimental analysis, it was giving me a bullish bias when it comes to, you know, a collection of all the recent economic report releases, the sentiment. I kind of put that together into an algorithm, and it gives me just a basic bullish or bearish bias. And then I use that info and then go to the chart and try to find trade. So try it on that one. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was pretty high up on the curve, what I call the curve. But again, I had I had so many setups that just ran off and left. So I was just trying to get a little closer. And yeah, the reality is I should probably have waited for an area like there or this demand zone down here, which again, I'm going to personally stay away from gold. I would prefer gold, just as an example, to break the highs like I put there on that projection tool. Break those highs and then come back and find some type of demand zone in this area somewhere for a buy. It's just too expensive right now. And I just so
that's what most of us that are trading the indices, the future indices, are waiting for, like, because and I know you and I talked about this last week or whenever we were on last, about you're at these outer edges, right? All-time highs, no man's land, outer space. There's just nothing to lean on as you go into a place that's never ever traded. So some of the coaches, they were looking for pullbacks and stuff. Yesterday I got really chopped up because I was doing the same, but today I kind of was patient in the beginning. I kind of saw my bias and I just stuck to it, and I had a really good day at the end. But they were all trying to fade me. I'm like, no, guys, we're going to close. We're marching up. Look at, and for the reasons that I stated to them. But like you, I mean, they prefer, and even me, I do prefer to have it come back into a range or an area where I have more probable edge and a reason to gauge something and targets to factor in. Because when you're up, where do you go? Unless you trail your profit, which is fine, really, where do you go? And you can easily get chopped up because if you keep a tight stop and it just wants to, kind of accumulate for a bit or coil or whatever, you can get really chopped up before it makes a move, and then you've done way more damage by doing that. So yeah, I'm looking in the chat here. Looks like we got a lot of Forex guys on. Stace Trades is like, what does he say? Pound dollar's up.
Pound dollar.
Gold dollar took a sell off. Let it be trade. He's shorting. Is he shorting dollar yen? I think he is. So
dollar yen. Take a look at dollar yen. Yeah.
And Stace says, most traders favors Trump. It's less about personal loyalty, more about pro market. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's really what it is. The news here in the States, where they just pay too much attention to all the little things. It's just all the gotcha stuff, right? It's like, no, focus on the real policies. That's what people voted for.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I mean,
you say you're shorting the dollar jap? Is that what he said? Short on the dollar jap?
He says he's shorting. Okay, he says dollar yen shorting tonight. I'm assuming that means he is shorting it, or maybe it's going. Maybe it's falling off. I don't know. Yeah. Pluvio. I am. I mean, this is. Sorry, Tiger. Pluvio's saying finally I'm on FX. I'm not really on FX. This is kind of a segment where we do a futures coach and a Forex coach. So it's kind of a tandem, but I'm learning because Tiger's teaching me about Forex because I don't know diddly about it.
Well, I'm learning from you guys on your stream as well for futures. I mean, especially with the volume, the way you use volume profile. Yeah, like you were saying earlier, we've got nothing overhead, so it's like it's not even helping you out that much. When you're looking above, right?
No, it's not. But we'll get into mine in a bit, and I'll show you and kind of how it is very helpful in a lot of ways for me.
Yeah. But yeah, just to kind of go back over the dollar Japanese yen, they said they were short. I mean, if you're short, great. Hopefully it can chew through all these demand zones right here. I mean, you got one on a 4 hour, the green zone there, and you got a daily in yellow. So hopefully I mean, if it can chew through this zone, you might be off to the races. Yeah, if I were trying to get in this market, because I'm not in any trades right now, but if I were trying to get in, I'd be waiting for this little overhead 30-minute supply zone up here. That's probably what I'd be looking for. Give me a cheaper price to sell it, but yeah, man. Yeah. Hopefully, it looks like it's chewed through your forward.
I don't know when he got in. He may have gotten in up there by your red zone. I don't know.
Yeah, potentially.
Right.
Yeah. But it's already chewed through the 4 hour demand zone, so that's a good sign. So wherever you sold, looking strong enough to knock out at least one strong support or
that's true.
Support area.
That's true.
We'll see. You got about another 20, 25 pips to break through that daily demand, and then you might be off to the races to the downside. So
he's already out. He said he got in early. He said he got in early and he's out. He got out 20 minutes ago. So he probably played it well. He probably did well on that if he got out.
Yeah, I would applaud you for that because, yeah, again, it is chilling in that daily demand. It can very easily flip to the upside. Obviously, guys, when I look at supply and demand, let me get rid of my master pattern real quick. So, as always, I look for the origin of a strong move. Now, it can be in the form of a drop base rally, or it can be in the form of a rally base rally, or in this case, base rally again. So essentially, you've got a couple rectangles that come out of that. So the it'd be the proximal line of that basing candle and the distal line of that basing candle. So there's when you see that and you see a strong move, typically you've got buyers left behind. Right. This is all the big banks moving currencies around. So chances are, probabilities are, never 100% guarantee, but probabilities are when price returns to that zone, we could see another bounce upwards. So dollar Japanese yen, I'm just wanting to look and see what my fundamentals are telling me real quick. Dollar Japanese yen. It's given me a neutral rating of a score of a 2. So again, guys, when I add together the GDP, the PMI data, the inflation data, the employment numbers, interest rates, PC, all that, seasonality trend, retail positioning, COT, what the big banks are doing, that all spits out a number. So 0 is neutral. Anything above 0 is starting to become more bullish, but it's not really a bullish signal for me until it gets to a 5. So 5 to 8 is bullish. 9 above is very bullish. So currently for the dollar Japanese yen, it's only giving me a score of a 2. So it's neutral. So just think 4 to -4 is neutral. And then -5 and below is bearish. So anytime you guys hear me throw out a number, you're like, what the hell does that mean? That's essentially what that means. It's just a quick way to look at the fundamentals and the sentiment of a currency pair or an index or Bitcoin or gold or silver, whatever it is I want to trade, and then time it on the chart. So if this were giving me a bullish bias, yeah, I'd be looking to see if we can get a bounce out of this to the upside. I already got my daily demand zone. And then again, we just flip on down. I did have that 4-hour, but it chewed through it. So that actually helped out your trade there, right? So, but it chewed through it, and it doesn't surprise me because it just wasn't a strong enough fundamental bullish reading. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all to chew through the rest of this zone, but it could potentially find some more unfilled orders towards the bottom. I don't know. What's an hour look like? Yeah, not really seeing anything from an hour perspective, just a little bit of a bottoming. So, yeah, the next leg down to this demand zone down here daily, we got another 4-hour zone within. I like this one a heck of a lot better because it's lower on the curve. When we throw our fibs up there, yeah, it's under the 61.8 level. But as I always share with you guys, it's all about where is it at in relation to the flag, the Hungarian flag. Where's my Hungarian flag at? Right here.
Do the emojis, baby. Right? Do it. There you go.
This is I show this all the time, and I'll keep showing this all the time because it's just the easiest way to see if you're buying under value or if you're buying over value. So you take the bottom of the flag to that swing low, you take the top of the flag to the swing high. If you're buying up here in the red, you're buying over value, way too expensive. If you're buying in the white, you're diddling in the middle. You're going to get chopped to pieces. But if you wait for that retracement coming all the way down to the green, which is where that daily and 4-hour demand zone is, now you're buying under value, and then you can carry it to the top.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Green means buy, red means sell, white means sit on your hands. Right?
So if I had a bear, but that only applies. That applies if you're going long, right? The way the green's at the bottom.
Correct.
If you're shorting it, do you flip it? Do you flip the flag?
Yeah, absolutely. Or I mean, obviously I got a neutral. If I had a 5 or higher score, yeah, I'd be definitely buying down here. If it flipped and gave me a -5 or lower score, then I'd be looking for a supply zone up here to sell. Yeah, exactly. Something like this right here. Got a nice little, cute little supply zone right here. Flip that out to the right. Mark it up red. We got another zone up here. That's a zone on top of a zone. So you really got a couple chances at that sucker. And then again, we do have this zone here. I think it was on a 30-minute. But again, where's that flag at? Yeah, where's that flag at? Let's get that thing built a little bigger, right? So, okay, so that still qualifies because it's in the red, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we're going swing low to swing high, let's get that a little better. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so that qualifies. Okay, because currently on the 4 hour, we're making lower lows, right? Lower lows, lower highs. I don't think it looks as good on the daily, but let's get rid of the flag. Yeah, so currently on the daily, we got a low, we got a high, we got a higher low. Now, that's probably a double bottom, huh? But we do have a higher high, but we haven't really officially turned the corner to make a higher low yet. So it all just depends on how you look at it. You know, if you're looking at it on a higher time frame, it's going sideways. If you're looking at it on a 1 hour time frame, it's clearly down, right? 4 hours clearly down. So yeah, it's just you know, it's always good if you're losing a lot of trades or you can't figure out why your zones aren't working or whatever algorithm you use. Everybody's got their own personal algorithm. The important thing to do sometimes is just step back and take a look at the higher time frame. So yeah, you look at a week.
These guys love your flag analysis, man. They love it. They love it.
Yeah, I need to make it my screensaver on my laptop.
Oh my God!
But anyway, yeah, just stepping back on a weekly time frame. When I use my master pattern indicator, it shows me contraction boxes. So that's an orange box. It's just nothing but sideways movement. But yeah, as you step down, and I'm sure it probably looked similar on the monthly as well. But daily got a contraction point here. Price moved out. I would anticipate price to come down here to collect the liquidity that was above this box, and then come down and then collect the liquidity that's under this box, and then hit my demand zone to collect those unfilled orders plus the liquidity to reverse price to the upside. So that's just from a technical perspective. But again, me personally, I'm extremely picky. So I want my fundamentals and sentiment matching up first. But again, there's a lot of people that just trade technically, and that's totally fine. So technically, yeah,
right.
I'd be hopping in on that area, you know. So we'll see how it goes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, the one down here.
Cool.
That is. But as far as currently what I'm looking. Oh, you want to hop on?
Continue. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm watching. You could go, and then we could switch over to me, and we can come back. So whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I was just going to take a look at my my most bullish pairs at the moment. So like when I'm looking at my top setups page, it's all about the indices right now. I mean, the NASDAQ is giving me a score of a 10. So that's double the bullish number I need to go find a trade on the chart. Dow's giving me an 8. Right, Nikkei, of course, is giving an 8 in light of all this push that they've had.
Yeah.
But as far as currency pairs go, the strongest currency pair I got is the Euro Pound at a score of an 8. So let me go take a look at Euro Pound. Let's get rid of my drawings first. Take a look at it from the higher time frames. So obviously been in a nice uptrend since the end of May, as you can clearly tell. Do have a daily demand right here, which I think I have my drawing on that. Yeah, so I got my drawing on that. Daily demand. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and flip on down and see what we got on the 4 hour. All right, so 4 hour. This is my favorite confluence in all of trading, is when I can get a daily demand zone, but find typically a 4 hour demand zone that's within it. 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, whichever. Right. So when I flip to, I think that's a 1 hour. Yeah. So here's my last red candle down. And of course it colors it funny when I have my order block tool, but last red candle down. So this is the origin of a strong move up. Right. So what I love about this is when price leaves this basing action, it creates a really nice fair value gap. Fair value gaps mean strength. It's a order inefficiency, right? So price likes to return, kind of like fill in the gaps on like Sunday openings, kind of a similar thing, but price likes to often return to fill that gap. And then my goal is have price pierce down a little further to catch the unfilled orders in the demand zone, and then we look to buy it long. So if I just turn my drawings back on, yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at right there. Just have price come down, tag that order, tag those orders, and then
it's so interesting to hear you talk about the fair value gap with the price comes down. I mean, I look at it the same way. My terminology is different because it's from a volume, profile auction market theory view, but the same thing, because I look at, just like you, the market wants to retest or revisit, and will it stay there? We don't know, but it tends to go to low volume nodes, high volume nodes. That's how I play the distribution. And it's no different than what you're seeing. It's just you're calling it something different and you're looking a little bit different on a chart. But at the end of the day, it's still trading. It's still price action. There's still all the major things are in play. It's all the same. Just how you break it down.
Yeah. No, I like watching you guys with your volume profile, because I'm even learning from that. Hey, we coaches learn too. Look, you gotta be a student of the game in this industry. We do. Like there's always something to learn. My girlfriend gets on to me. She's like, Tiger, quit studying so much. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm only 12 years in. I got a lot left to learn. But no, it's a fun process. It's a fun process.
It is great.
That's why I featured that in my promo video, that she balances me out on the weekends. Like, resets my brain. Like, okay,
she looks like a very nice girl, by the way. She looks like a very nice lady. Excellent. I saw your video. Yeah.
Oh yeah, best blessing I could have ever imagined. Let me tell you. Let's see. So that's euro pound. As far as drilling down into the smaller time frames, I don't know. I mean, we do have contraction on the 4-hour time frame. So this, if you're looking from this leg to this leg, right, on the smaller time frame, then it's just a lot of contraction. I mean, we could go down to a 30-minute. We could probably find a demand zone, but I'm just more interested personally in getting a deeper retracement. Now, euro pound, it's one of the slower moving currencies. I think it only moves about 40 pips average a day. Let me look. But they're more valuable pips. Yeah, 38.4 pips daily ATR right now. So I just like stuff with gusto. I like stuff that moves. At the end of the day, I'm fractionalizing my risk anyway, so I don't really care. Just give me something that moves quick. That's kind of the way I look at
it. Right. But exactly. I know everyone's teasing me on being such an ES lover, because they're like, doesn't it move so slow? I'm like, I don't think it moves slow, but I mean, it doesn't move like the NASDAQ freaking rips. But I mean, everything's relative. And I just like it because I've been trading it for so long, and I just study it and I know it. I can kind of anticipate, discretionarily where things are headed. Cause if I get into the flow, like today, I was really in the flow, then like, that's why some of these guys on stream with me all morning, they're like, what made you go? Why did you do that there? I'm like, oh, because I saw it bounce off VWAP. They're like, yeah, but I saw the same thing and I thought it was going through. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, it was holding up, it hesitated, it came back, it checked. It's just from me looking at these kind of things, and you just get a feel. But also, as traders, we make our money. So essentially we get paid to put on risk. That's what we're doing at the end of the day. We're putting on risk, which is why if you're a successful trader, it could be such a lucrative and, rewarding career to have. But you don't make money if you're not in a trade, but then also you don't want to be crazy and stupid, because if you make bad trades, then you're going to be losing money. So it's obviously it's difficult to do, but when you see a certain setup or your edge open itself up to you, you pretty much got to do it, because that's what you're there for. That's why you're sitting there watching. I mean, we're sitting here watching. We're waiting for an opportunity. So
be picky,
but you got to be picky. You got to
be picky.
And
guys, I'm probably the slowest trader on the team, because I trade such higher time frames, daily, 4-hour typically for my zones. So I might have one, maybe two good setups a week. That's it. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about profitability. That's what matters. It's not
Right.
about how many. I take a lot of trades. I may be the most active trader, honestly. I mean, I take a lot.
And there's
and I
good and
scale
bad
into
in both.
trades. Yeah, I scale in and I scale. Like, so yesterday, well, who was it? I think Coach Paul was talking to me this morning about, because we were looking at my orders that I took yesterday. They were like freaking, they were freaking out because I think I had like 37 or 39 orders or trades, right? And they're like, what? And I said, well, you guys were with me most of the day. I mean, I did on the Hola Prime account, they're with me anyway. And I said, but I didn't take that many trades, did I? I said, maybe I took 11 in about 6 hours of streaming. But I said, the way the Project X platform shows these, each entry is a trade, like each contract's a trade, but it's not a trade for me. Right. If I go in with one and then I add 2 lots, later on, I've got 3 lots on in the same trade, but it's showing me as having 3 separate trades. So ultimately, it's kind of like having a round turn, right? And it's a little misleading. Exactly. So I told him, I said, look, it's not that bad. It's only like 11 or 12 trades, really, when it's all said and done. But
that's about what I do in a month. As far as the higher time frames. Now, obviously, for the streams, I go down to the smaller time frames just to be a little more active.
Yeah,
it helps me to teach.
Yeah, we want to be active.
But I'm going to dance with the one that brought me, and that's the 4-hour demand zone. So that's ultimate. Like, that's where I'll put trades on my other platforms as well. But
it's so true.
But whether you're a scalper or, a very short-term intraday trader collecting 5, 10, 15 pips each time, or somebody like me that just looks for the big trade that's like 100, 150 pips, it all adds up, right? It's just a matter of how active that you want to be, how much time you have, how much risk tolerance that you have. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. You just have to figure it out for yourself. So, Daryl, I'm going to mention this real quick about our giveaways.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Forex traders.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
Are you ready to win? Hola Prime TV is going live, and we're giving away 3 challenge accounts, all for free. So it's going to be a $10,000 account, a $25,000 account, and a $50,000 account.
50.
Again, that's for the Forex traders. So for futures sessions, we're going to be giving away 2 challenge accounts as well. That's all for free. That's a $25K and a $50K account. 50. This is your chance to stop watching from the sidelines and win your entry into the world of trading. So definitely go and subscribe to Hola Prime Global, as well as the Hola Prime TV YouTube channel. So there's 2 of those. Join the stream, engage in the chat, and tell us why you should win. Make sure that you do write your email address in your YouTube bio so that we can reach you. That is important, because I think we've had some drawings of late where people just didn't have their email address updated in their bio. So super important, everybody.
We had that a lot. Yeah,
a lot. And you might just walk away with a free account. The winners will be selected during live stream. So once again, to participate, subscribe to Hola Prime TV, Hola Prime Global, and Hola Prime YouTube and Instagram channels. Comment on the live stream. Make sure your email is in your YouTube bio so we can contact you.
There you go.
All right.
Yes. Well said. And commenting is important too. We want to see you guys. We want the interaction. And what I do love about the way our chat has been developing only in these last 5 days we've been live on this channel is there's so many of you viewers that are communicating amongst yourselves and asking questions, giving advice, talking about trades you're taking, talking about asset classes you're taking. It's so nice to see. They're not just listening to the coaches. They're actually engaging with themselves and building a little community out of it. And that's really what it's all about. It makes it much more fun when you've got friends and people that are enjoyable to be around when you're trading. It makes it so much nicer.
Yeah, very fun. And it makes our day, our session go quicker too.
Oh yeah. It makes it's good for us. We love it.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to answer a quick chat question. Let me see, where was that? Blah, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, Tiger, what's your typical RR? So what's my typical risk to reward setup? So just as an example, I got the pound US dollar up here, and I just want to take a quick look. I don't think, yeah, this one's more of the neutral camp, I think. But for technical purposes, I'll show you 3-to-1 minimum. That's typically what I look for. Oh, wait, I am getting a -5. So so I can sell this. Okay, so here's what I do, guys and gals. Whenever I'm going to short, just as an example, shorten this supply zone, which it's actually not too far away from, about 20 pips, it looks like. I want to look below and to the left and find a demand zone because I essentially want to take a profit right beforehand. Okay, that's if I take a profit. Now, I typically trail my stops. So, if I've got my stop loss down in this area, let's just say price has come up, tagged me in, and then it's coming down. As it starts breaking some of these lows, then I'll essentially put my stop loss. I'll just trail it down. So obviously we haven't seen price action yet, but throw a stop loss above the swing high point. If we get another swing high point down here, I'll move my stop loss just above that, and so on and so forth. So if we're getting down into this area, it depends. It depends if it's like the end of the week or if it's the beginning of the week. I'll just typically bring it in real close because chances are, we could have price just bust right through that demand zone, right? Because we're getting a bearish bias, and depending on the trend, it might just bust through. So I don't want to limit my gains, is what I'm trying to say. So if price gets down in this area, I may just move my take profit down below the zone, and then just keep a close trail on my trailing stop loss just as it goes down. Because if I take a profit just right here, well, it might go another 2 or 3 times.
So that's why I was gonna ask you how close you trail, because you're expecting a 3-to-1 risk reward, but if you're trailing closely and it retracts, comes back, it'll take you out. Mm-hmm. Do you tend to enter back in as long as you feel like you're in the right move? Will you go back in, or will you just say, okay, I made as much as I could because I was trailing tightly, and wait for another entry again in a more desirable area?
Yeah. I typically just kick the can down the road, because almost always whenever I get out of a trade, it's because it's hit my stop loss. So, as I trail my stop down,
I'm the same as you. Get hit. I'm the same exactly as you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the reason I do that is because early on in my trading career, I had so many trades where I'd get that 3-to-1 or that 4-to-1, and then price went to 8-to-1, 10-to-1. Like, you kidding me? I could have doubled up on this sucker. So, whenever that happened, I just started going to some smaller time frames, maybe 3 or 4 time frames lower than my where I'm buying into supply and demand, and just keep following and trailing those swing highs and swing lows. And a lot of them have just given me better profits. So I don't know. That's just a matter of risk tolerance. What makes everybody tick. Mm-hmm. If you're good with a 3-to-1 and you want to end the day and you don't have to worry about managing your trade, or manage it throughout the week or whatever, by all means, close it out and enjoy your profits. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Again, it's just dictated by everybody's risk tolerance and how much time you want to spend jumping on charts. That's another thing. So,
that's true.
But yeah, so essentially, just to finish off the thought on the risk reward. So I calculate the size of my zone. So in this case, it looks like about 20 pips, and I'll add a few more pips because I'm obviously going to put a stop loss, right? So let's just say 25 pips, right? 25 down to just above that demand zone. That's 96. So that's almost a 4-to-1, right? About a 3.75 to 1, right? But I want to see at least that type of spacing between supply and demand, because price typically does nothing more all day, every day. It does nothing more than just bounce between the supply and demand zones, especially on higher time frames. So I want it to be wide enough where it's going to make it worth my while. If I'm doing 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, I don't like that personally. Now, some people make a living off of that. Michael's a great example on our morning stream. He does a lot of 1-to-1s, 1.5-to-1, 2-to-1s.
Yeah, I traded with Michael. So, yep. Yeah, and I tend to be more 1-to-1 as well, but I'm not I'm on a different, I'm on indices, and it's a little different. It's a little different. It rotates quite a bit, and it whips. So, I mean, I try to get like you. I mean, I do. Everyone wants to get as much as they can, but it's just at some point, I'm happy to again make a lot of trades, even in the same direction. I'll get in and get out, get in and get out.
The
And
reversal king, right?
collect my wins along the way. I'm not quite the reversal. I do both, but Troy is a short master. I mean, this guy will only enter and go short. I mean, he all day long I made all this. I killed the team today. I destroyed these guys because they refused to go long. And I'm like, it's not that I want to go long. I'm just going where the trend is going today right now. I mean, it's like, do you want to make money or you don't? I don't care if I'm right or not. I don't care if my bias. I can reverse and flip in a heartbeat, literally in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
but
no, that's great.
Some guys are a little harder. And to his credit, though, he's looking for that great entry on a reversal to go short, even if it's going long like today. It doesn't go in a straight line, as we know. So there's times where it's pulling back and rotating down. And he actually did well today. He made some really great trades. So that's his preference. His edge is looking for places to get short, and that's just what he wants. And you know what? There's nothing wrong about that, because that's how he trades. That's him. It fits him. And so don't do anything that doesn't fit you, because if you do that, you're not going to be successful. You've got to do what jives with you, right? And just
that's it.
So yeah, I've been watching here.
You just got to pick.
I don't know if I'm going to get into something. It's exactly. But the ES is pretty slow right now, and we can take it over to my chart here, and I'll kind of just go through a little overview, and then to kind of show where I'm at. Yeah. So if we get the back end to switch, cool. Here we go. So
just do some markups in the background here.
Let me get my pointer, my little yellow circle that I made my pointer here.
That is the smartest idea.
Yeah, I'm using
the way you do it.
I think it's just because it's hard, right? We get lost in the crosshairs. It's hard to see on here.
Yeah.
So this is this was Monday's regular U.S. session in yellow. Overnight, we kind of just so this was the day we double topped. This was we actually bounced off in the ES. I think we hit all-time highs 4 times in this session, but we basically overall double topped, and we sold off hard. I mean, it was a crazy U-shaped deal. Anyway, close the session here, and the overnight we kind of just was consolidating, came down a bit. We opened up on Tuesday more selling. So I wasn't sure. I'm thinking, is the all-time high in? But I don't know. I mean, I know a double top is a common, what's the word? I don't want to say a pattern necessarily. I don't trade patterns, but it shows up, and there is a reason why people love to look for double tops and double bottoms, because there is a reversal usually occurring. So in this case, with a double top, we had a reversal down, right? We're selling off more on Tuesday, but it was early selling hard, and then we just kind of climbed back up through the day. Yesterday was when, last night was when I put a screenshot of this. Essentially, I put a screenshot of, it was kind of like the day, and it was like early. It was like 8:03 my time on the West Coast. So it was kind of like, like that was all we saw in the overnight. It was just, we didn't have much yet, and I'm thinking, oh boy, are we gonna continue to melt up and retest the overnight high over here from the previous day in the overnight? Well, sure as crap, we did. So, we opened up yesterday. This is all the overnight action. We open up, and right before we open up in the U.S., there's this little bar that just jumps up here to make all-time highs, and it kind of sells off. So I'm getting to where I'm going to start getting a little more granular. I just wanted to give the overall context of where I'm thinking, and we'll get into volume profile and all the fun things. So let me just get, what do I have? 5-minute bar, 5-minute candle on here. So, obviously today was We had some big up moves, but we also had, like I said, for Troy, we had a lot of down legs. We had a lot of action, but we finished up here, and now we're in the overnight, and we've been just consolidating happily. We came up, and now I need to zoom in here and see, because I wanted it open before I took over. I was just listening to you, Tiger. And so this this is important for guys that trade volume profile or futures index traders. I mark my regular session, this whole yellow daily profile. I mark it from US Open 9:30 East Coast all the way to 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. my time in LA. I do the full thing. I know a lot of guys will stop it at like 1:15. Some guys will stop it at 1 o'clock cash close. For my time, 1 o'clock, meaning 3 o'clock Chicago, 4 o'clock New York. I don't. I bring it all the way out. And when we have the 1 hour settlement period and we start up again, to me, that's a full US session. So I do this because I get in, there's a little bit of variance. Sometimes me and the other coaches have a little bit different profile based on what may happen. And today is a prime example, because from 1 o'clock cash close on, we actually went up here on this bar and we came back down, we closed, but then all this up move was all from earnings that came out after the bell. This was all IBM. Mm-hmm. This was, Tesla was in there, but Tesla was selling off. But we had, what the hell was it?
Alphabet.
Alphabet. Yeah. So we had a whole bunch of, more bullish, happy people here buying in. And these are all institutions at this point. This is all big money piling in. Yeah. So they moved the market up and we ended up finishing right about here. So obviously we finished near all-time highs, closed at high of the day, et cetera, et cetera. We're at the top, the very top anyone's ever seen in the ES. So now we open up here. Yep. Tippy top, baby. Hope we don't do a Humpty Dumpty and fall off the wall, though. My God. So, yeah. So anyway, we opened up just now. We opened up 4 hours ago, and we've just been here. And we came up almost to retest the high. Not quite yet, but we're down. And I will take a trade. I will take a trade, but I'm not going to take a trade here because now this volume profile in gray on the right coincides with, or I shouldn't say coincides, it reflects all of the volume that's been traded at every price on the current screen. So if I zoom out, you'll notice the profile will start to change, right? As it collects more and more volume at lower prices or earlier sessions, right? It's just collecting this and it's making the profiles change. But I don't care about the regular session anymore. I'm in the overnight. I want to look at what's happening right now since, Australia opened up and Japan opened up. I'm curious about that. So I'm going to move all the way over to, for me, 1500, 3 o'clock, which is right there. Now, I know this is boring and this is not very sexy.
No, it's good stuff, though.
But check it out. This is important to note just for me. So the pink line is the current point of control. So that is the, most volume traded at any particular price in this overnight session right here. And it's hard to see, this little orange. Actually, I need to make that puppy thicker.
The POC.
Do this on the other ones. Yeah, that's the POC in pink. The overnight low currently is in orange right here where my little pointer's on. Uh-huh. So that's the low. Oh, and obviously where the session is close to the green, which is the all-time high. So anyway, this is it. This is all she wrote right now so far. We've been doing not much of anything, but we've got a nicely shaped, kind of bell-shaped, distribution profile here, if you want to call it that. And as price starts to break away from this section, what did you do? Get back here. As price, if and when we get extensions to this range, right, later tonight or certainly tomorrow, then this profile is going to change the shape. But right now, I'm not interested in really doing anything here in the middle. It's kind of like how your Hungarian flag. I don't want to diddle in the middle
Yeah.
either, because if I got in
Right.
here now, I think you can see this real thin little line. That's current
Yeah.
volume weighted average price of VWAP, right?
VWAP. Oh, okay.
Of the session, and that's anchored to right now, which is great because unfortunately on this platform, like when the U.S. opens up, I can't anchor it to 9:30 Eastern time open. It's got to it just rolls through from the full session, meaning going back to the Asian session. So right now, this is great. I don't have anything to enter. I would enter down here, and people would say why, and I would go long if it came here, unless there's a pretty strong move to the south telling me that we may have a breakdown. But if we just kind of came down here and sat at the low, I would look to go long, and I would look to play this move up. And the same thing up here. If we came up here and retested the high, I would look to fade it back down. Now, could we have a breakout and still go up? Of course we can. Anything's possible. But I have to look at the participant behavior. And the one benefit that I have with the overnight session right now is it's very slow and it's very predictable. So I don't have a whole lot of chop. And I can almost see, like in the book over here, you can just kind of see things developing. So in some ways, trading the overnight, certainly the Asian session, not the London session, for a volume profile person it can be pretty good because you see it cleaner and you can usually make better trades. That's been my experience.
So,
anyway.
yeah. So just a couple of things. So just from a 30,000 foot view, the very simple, basic way to explain that is you're just simply selling where the volume is smaller and then buying to cover, and where it on the other side of the bell where it starts to thin, and vice versa for buying.
Yes. And so if you look at, let's check this out. So here is, sorry.
So your low volume nudes, basically.
You look at today. This is everything. All-time high of day. Mm-hmm. So whoever is shorting this has stops up here, and trust me, there's a lot of people that shorted this because a lot of guys love the fade at the high. So there's a lot of stops sitting up here, and the stops are still here. They're still in the book. Okay, they're not going anywhere. So I can look at it as if we come up here, we could do a big stop pick, and this is where false breakouts screw up traders a lot because they look at it and they see heavy buyers coming in, but they also see sellers going out. Well, what's going on is the stops are being hit, which are limit orders. They're converting to market and they're selling at the market, which brings the price up by maybe 2 or 3 points. It's kind of an exaggerated sweep move. So as it goes up, they're thinking, oh, I got to get in. It's like a FOMO. I want to chase it. They jump in. Now they're trapped and this thing reverts on them. And now they're the suckers up here with a stop. So there's always stops at every price, obviously. Same thing down here. There will be stops from people in this session that got in long here. And so I'm looking for stops. I'm looking to get in where there's some selling pressure to go long, and I'm looking to fade where there's buying pressure, essentially. Now, I don't always do that because today at the end of the close, I got in with like 3 contracts with 15 minutes left because it was momentum moving, and I just saw something, and that's why the coaches were like, well, why are you getting in now? And I'm like, because I just made $800, dude, and look at that run up, and they couldn't believe it. They were like, what? But I saw, that was just me seeing and recognizing something. Now, if full disclosure, I tried the same thing yesterday, and I got my butt handed to me. So it doesn't mean I'm a genius. It doesn't mean anything like that. But yesterday, I was thinking but see yesterday here, let me grab my little guy down here. You can see how yesterday we had a kind of a similar situation. We had a big, deep sell-off, and we were kind of retracing and kind of just squeezing up the whole day, right? We're squeezing up, and then we got right here, and look, it just dropped me, and I got hurt yesterday because I was eager and greedy, and I was thinking we're going to melt because we were getting near the high again. I'm thinking we're going to go up. Well, today we had even higher highs. So, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and that's the name of the game. I've been trading a long time, and I still get hurt.
Yeah. Well, and plus, don't you only trade like 2 or 3 different assets? So you pretty well
I
know the
only
ins
trade
and the
the
outs
ES.
of them.
Really, I really only trade the ES. So yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
just the one.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, because, dude, I mean, I make a living trading it, and I know how to trade it, and that to me, it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just I want to watch it intimately. I want to study it. I just like it. Let me. What am I doing?
And
Let me hit
another thing, you
granular again.
mentioned your VWAP. You said that's
Yeah.
have you ever used Anchor VWAP?
I can, but we can't. I can't. Can we do it? Can we do it in this platform? Because I've been trying to do it. If you could show me, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Flip on
Can we do
over
it?
to my chart real
Okay.
quick, back in and well, I don't know about specific. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I think I have it on that chart.
I looked into it. Where's my damn pointer? I'm looking for my pointer now. Yeah, we're in your chart. We're in your chart.
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't know so much now. Oh yeah, right there, anchored VWAP.
I could do it on other things. I don't know if you right click in the setting. If you go to the settings on VWAP, I mean, I've been in it. I have it on my screen too. It just VWAP.
Yeah, and then you just like
see,
that, and then you can
there's
just
the
move it
input. There's
wherever
the
you want.
style.
Right click on
Wait,
what?
what did you do? Oh, you're just.
I got rid of the bands, and so I just have the VWAP line.
I get rid of the bands too. I get rid of the bands. I don't want the friggin'. I want as you can tell from my chart. I'm very simple. I want as little as possible on my chart.
Yeah,
I
love
on
anchor VWAP because I love going swing.
So what are you
planting on
doing?
swing
You're saying
lows.
you're just clicking on you're clicking on it and you can just drag it. Is that what you did?
Yeah, yeah. You can point it at any spot you want, and it'll calculate from that point. Yep. So because you mentioned something about the one you use doesn't calculate something. I thought I heard you say that.
Okay,
But when you have the anchor, you can move it anywhere.
So when you get that little dot, what are you doing? Are you right clicking on it?
Just
and then you're
regular
moving it, or what do you
click
do?
on it, and then you can click and drag wherever you want to put it, and wherever you let go, it'll magnet to.
I'm trying to. Let me see. What am I doing wrong? Oh,
yeah, that's one of my favorite. Because it sounds like that.
Get it drag. I still can't get it to drag though. I don't know why. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, you can't click on the label itself. You got to click where it's actually anchored. So whatever candle it's anchored, you actually have to click on it from that point.
Yeah.
So like you can't just.
I'm doing that, but why?
See, on my
I don't know.
Just like.
Wait a second.
Is it working for you?
No.
Huh, that's weird because all I gotta do is just click right where it landed and just move it wherever. But trading view definitely works there.
I'll mess with it. Maybe it's because I mean it's continuous for me, so maybe it's anchored way back. I don't know. Maybe that's. But no, I have it set for each session, so should.
Does it specifically say anchored VWAP? Like my screen right there?
No. All right, hang on. Let me go to indicators. Let me check. All right, let me type it. Maybe that's okay.
Yeah, because here's what it looks like when you click on that fourth box. It'll show the volume-based measure and all your projection tools.
You're in a different platform than I am.
Oh, I thought you were on GUI Trades. I'm sorry. Oh,
no,
okay. I'm sorry.
I just realized it. Yeah, no, I just realized when I looked at you and I'm like, wait, that doesn't look exactly what I'm seeing. So with me, I don't think we've been through this as coaches. That's why I was like, wait, you can do this? Because I've been trying to do it, man. And I don't know why. It's a little frustrating. I don't know why, but it's okay because, I get I'm not. I don't need it to land exactly on VWAP, but it's just something. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's it's like a line in the sand. It's like point of control.
Right. Yeah, I love it. dynamic support resistance. Just taking a look at a couple of these. Oh, I'm sorry. You can have the chart back if you're wanting.
I thought I was going nuts there, man. I was like, what is going on? Have I lost? I couldn't. I was like, what in the world? And this may be something that gets added or something later, but right now we can't.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Lobby them hard. Get that sucker on there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I got full depth. I helped the coaches out getting other stuff they were trying to figure out. So we're all helping each other. It's kind of fun. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So yeah,
all right, Pam.
We're at 6404. Yeah. So I mean, to all our viewers, it is called Quiet Markets for a reason. This segment. It's not all gunslinging trading. But hopefully you're picking up something, and I, like I said, if I see something develop here, if this thing comes down on a quick move or something down to the low, I'm going to get long. I'm sorry. Oh, we can. I'm just looking. It looks the same.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good time for discussion. It really is, and kind of project.
Yes.
Talk about what happened today, what's happening tomorrow. It's a great time to kind of pre-plan. I love it. And then just kind of teach, certain things on the charts, answer questions. So really
exactly. And if any of you guys have anything you want to ask us, go ahead and ask us in the chat. We're keeping an eye on that, and we'd be happy to discuss anything, really.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. I'm waiting for the PMI data in the morning. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I know you are. And you're going to be live during that, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or are you done by then?
Let's see. Well, so the
5:30,
Euro, the French,
5:30 my time, 7:30. You're done.
It'd be 3:30. No, that'll be 3 a.m. Central my time.
Oh, so that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I got the crazy hours, man. I'm a vampire at this point.
I know you do. I know you do. I don't envy you right now.
Yeah, but no, I take a quick, like after this, I'll lay down, close my eyes for a few hours, and then I get up about 2:00, 4-hour stream, and then I turn around, take a nap right after. It's actually working just fine. It took a few days to get used to, but I'm doing just fine now.
Yeah, I was going to say, once you get acclimated to it, it's probably it's probably okay.
I had to get the circadian rhythm in balance. It just took about a week.
Your girlfriend's probably not too happy with you, but
Well, currently
she's probably like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, we don't live in the same house.
She doesn't live with you.
We're looking.
Oh, okay.
No, we're looking to get a place though, beginning part of next year. So I told her, I said, just so you know, I'm gonna be up crazy hours. She said, that's fine. We'll just find a place with the office kind of off away from the bedroom.
Right. That's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I get to talking. I'm pretty loud, so it
I'm
travels.
Loud too. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm the same, man.
But
so I'm looking here. Let's see if we go on retest here, making a little move. I went to the 1 minute only just so I can show more, because it's there's not much going on, and I like to go a little granular.
Yeah.
But I need to find where I put my friggin' pointer. My little circle. Where's my circle? Where is my circle at? What did I do with it? It got lost somewhere. Look at this. Looks like the size of the sun. Holy hell. Look at this thing. It's a monstrosity. I know. All right. Come on. Grab you. Put you here. Be a good boy. Just stay there for a minute. Oh, man. Hey, so just a sidebar conversation. You know who used to be a big bowler that I found out?
Paul
is one of our coaches, Paul Gallo. Yeah, and you spent a lot of time. You and he have been doing a lot of these sessions together.
Yeah,
I just found out.
Yeah, he was just telling me that he was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was a bowler as well. Yeah.
Yeah, in high school, and he did a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my school didn't have bowling. I was in a smaller school, like a 4A school, so we didn't have it in the sport.
I never heard of bowling. I've never heard of bowling. I've never heard of a bowling. I mean, I guess that there could be a club, But in California, I've never heard of a bowling. I mean, it's kind of like, we don't really have a lot of wrestling out here either, because it's more like a Midwest thing. And, certain regions have different stuff, right? You probably have wrestling in Kansas. I would imagine you guys probably have a lot of wrestling teams and stuff like that.
It's a big thing here. But the bowling is the same, more of a Midwest, Southeastern type of a sport as far as high schools go.
Yeah.
They even do scholarships. Some of them do now for bowling. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah. Wow.
Some of the bigger ones, like Wichita State here in Kansas, that's the number one bowling program in the country. So they're always passing out scholarships. That's why they're always winning national championships.
Unbelievable. Division I, I guess. I mean, is there like, are there enough schools that they compete with, or is it more of just?
Well, it's over 100 schools. I don't know if it's a combination of Division I, Division II. I don't know how that works. I mean, you see all the major universities, and then you also see some of the smaller ones. I think it's a combination of all of them.
Wichita State is are they Big Ten? Are they Big Ten? I wonder, conference. I don't know. I could probably find it real quick, but it's just interesting because you said, I mean, they're a huge basketball school. They're a huge, they got a big football program, obviously too. But bowling, man, that's cool. That is cool.
Well, Wichita State, I don't think they've had a football program for like 30 plus years. So they used to have a football program, but something happened. I think there was a plane crash with the whole team and some of the coaches, and so they all perished. And since that happened, they just took away their football program. Like they never rebuilt it. So I don't know. It's kind of a sad situation. I went on a college visit down there a long time ago.
Yeah. You hear of those kind of crazy accidents once in a while. What are they? The Shockers? Is that their mascot? Wichita State? Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I got the team then. Cool. All right, so I'm looking here. I'm contemplating a short, and I just don't know because this is the high of the session right here. We did not retest the all-time high from earlier in the U.S. session. We're only a point and a half away or something. What, 6 ticks maybe? Yeah, 6 or 7 ticks away. I'm just kind of watching it. I may enter into a short right here, but if it wants to go up, and I think it wants to retest, so I'm just being a little patient. There's no need for me to rush into anything. This market's not moving very crazy, so it's not like I need to get a perfect entry. I'm totally capable and fine with getting an area of an entry. I don't need to be super precise, and I usually add to my runner, if a trade's going with me in whatever direction, I'll add. So I really kind of just want to see a little bit of confirmation before I jump in. So looks like it wants to go up. I don't know. It's what's the time here? And I don't really trade time, but I'm just 7:19. Yeah. If you got something you want to get into, by all means, switch over. But I'm just
Let It Be was asking you, Coach Daryl. NQ is their number one. They trade it every day in the 2 minute.
Woo!
Advice.
I don't know. We have some coaches that trade NQ with me. It tends to be a much more volatile instrument. The moves are pretty exaggerated. You can do well because when you capture a similar move in the ES, the NQ seems to give back like 3 times more. I don't trade time frame like candles like that. I'm really trading, the auction and the volume profile, and I use candles. Sometimes I'll have a 5-minute or a 15-minute just based on how much real estate of chart I want to see to kind of zoom out. I'll even go down to a 5-second, man, if I need to, just to get real tight and see if I'm in a real fractal. But it's mainly just for me to, not for entry, it's just more to get like within a profile. Like if there's a developing profile, I want to see it, and I'll go down really tight like that. I don't know. Advice. It's hard for me to answer. How long have you been trading NQ? Let It Be. Are you profitable? Are you learning it? Are you just starting with it? Is it something you gravitate towards because of the tech stocks? I'm just certainly be able to talk more about it. I don't trade the NQ necessarily. However, ES and NQ are very similar. Okay, so you use order flow and volume just like me. Okay, cool. 2 years, cool. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, if I was to trade the NQ, I would trade it no differently than I'm trading the ES right now. I would rely on my volume profile. I would look for low volume nodes. There really isn't a low volume, but this is kind of a little node right here, right? And I would be looking to enter at outside edges and stay away from the middle. And if we're mean reverting, meaning if we're just kind of going up and going down or rotating or whatever you want to call it, just bouncing around the mean, which is the point of control right now, I wouldn't want to enter at the mean. I'd wait for it to pull back and give me more. And if it's a decent sell-off, I will want to buy into the selling and hold and wait for a reversion. If it continues to go, then that's what I have a stop for. I just got to play the probabilities. So like, here we got a little down leg move. Don't know if it's going to continue, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I would tell you. And if, you want to become a full-time trader, that's awesome. I really don't think anything can replace screen time and just observing. You'll probably learn more by watching it, whether you're doing this, through a challenge account or on Sim or any of this stuff. The more you look at the NQ, I think you're going to start to recognize areas where you can find an edge. And an edge is nothing more than something that you see that happens with some regularity. And it's a place where you can lean with or against, right? And then make some notes of that and continue to come back every day and watch it. And if you start to see that pattern or that setup start to reveal itself over and over, then maybe you want to just continue to track it and make notes of what happens. What happens when you see it? What happens afterwards? Can you start to create something that maybe you can trade with, right? And then all you need is one setup or one edge. And if you can consistently do that whenever it happens, you can make money. Dude, you can make money on 2 points a day in the ES or 2 points a day or 4 points a day in the NQ. You can make a successful career and you just grow on that. And I'm serious about this. Too many people try to put too many indicators on because they're all looking to just add more. They think the more years you have as a trader, I need to add more. But it's opposite. You actually learn to take away things because you realize half the junk that you thought you needed, you don't need anymore. Wouldn't you agree? I think.
Because that was the way. Well, first of all, it makes you look cool. It makes you look smart,
right?
When you have all that stuff.
Right.
And I had all that stuff. I had the commodity channel index, the RSI, everything. All the stuff I don't use anymore.
Yeah.
I still use RSI and obviously my supply and demand indicator, but yeah, I've found the same thing out. After a handful of years, I started getting rid of stuff because you start to get to the point to where you can see the pattern yourself without having to confirm it with the indicator.
Exactly.
So that's when you know you're getting somewhere, when you can see what that indicator would have showed you. So it's just like learning a language, man, and nothing beats chart time. I did a rough estimate a while back. I was trying to figure out how much time I've spent in front of charts / webinars or YouTube videos learning how to trade. I came up with a number over 20,000 hours. I'm like, wow, that is quite a bit. So, not that you have to do anything there. That's just the way I.
I think I told you. I can't remember who I've talked to about this. I've been trading a long time, but I've only been trading futures for like futures every day, like completely abandoned everything else and went to futures for about 12 years now. So I was doing a lot of equities. I was doing penny stocks. I dabbled in Forex for maybe 6 months. I did some options, but I'm not a good math guy. Oh, you and I had the conversation about geometry, Tiger. Now I remember. Yeah. So, you just kind of gravitate to where your strengths are. And Now I lost my train of thought where I was going with this.
Well, you're right though. You like
Oh,
don't worry
you
about.
know, I know what you're saying.
Oh, go ahead.
You were talking about the 20,000 hours. Okay, so
Yeah.
seriously, guys, it took me like 7 or 8 years in the beginning. I started trading like in '97, and we didn't have online trading really. We didn't have high speed internet. We didn't have prop firms like this. We didn't have, I was reading books, and I was by myself, and I didn't have a trade room. I didn't know anyone else was doing this, and I was trying to do it at nights. I was working a full time career. I had a young son. I wasn't even married in '97 yet. So yeah, but I was doing this in my free time and trying stuff and, trial and error through everything. So it took me like 8 years to start to get consistent. And most of it was because I didn't have the time and energy to focus during the day. I was working during the day, right? I had to leave the house, and I was working in a company. So I was busy. It was only until I started to be able to work from home. I had the ability to work from home. A company I worked for sold and was acquired by another company. They wanted all the sales managers and people to work from home, be out in the field like once or twice a week. So I was like, ooh, I got all set up. They gave me all Dell computers, monitors, everything, so I'm like, this is cool. So I could do this on my own. And it was just the fact that I had the time to do it and focus on it. But it took a long time, guys. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, oh yeah, 10,000 hours or 20,000, it just is what it is. It's different for everybody. And you can't rush it, I find. But there'll be times where you'll get that aha moment, or you'll see things a little differently, and you'll be looking at the same thing you've been looking at all along, and you're like, how did I ever miss it? Well, you didn't quite miss it. It's just you're seeing it through a different lens now. And maybe you're calmer, and maybe you're able to sit in a trade or want to get into a trade, and you're not like your finger shaking on the mouse ready to get in, or you're like, what do? I got to calculate my risk reward, or I got to calculate my stop. And you get into more of this is a good area. I'm going to place a trade, and I'm going to experience what it's like to be in a trade. And you got to just go through that. You just do. I don't know how else to say it. It's almost like when you're a little kid and you're learning to swim, and someone's going to throw you in the water and you're scared. Well, at some point, if you want to learn how to swim, guess what? You got to get in the water. It's just no other way to do it.
Yeah.
You got to get on a bike. You got to fall. You got to skin your knee. You got to skin your elbow, whatever. But you got to learn how to ride a bike. I mean, you just got to do it.
Yeah, well, I come from the sales field, so yeah. Whenever I was going through my sales jobs, I mean, they told us in training way back when. They said, "Look, you're never going to sound any worse than you do on your very first call, so you might as well just rip the Band-Aid off and get it going. Get it over with." So it's really the same thing in trading. You just got to rip the Band-Aid off and experience what it feels like to put real money onto a trade. Win or lose isn't the thing. Isn't really the important thing at first. It's just going through the action of not being afraid to put real money on the line. Now, obviously, you start with demo accounts till you figure out your edge, but
of course.
And then as far as the market hours, kind of similar to you, Daryl. I was a medical transport driver several years ago when I started trading. So I had the luxury of driving all over Kansas and Missouri, like taking people to their medical appointments. I had a lot of time to kill in between. So I was always bringing my laptop with me, going to whatever local library I could find, McDonald's or somewhere that I could get on the Wi-Fi. And I would spend hours just studying while I'm waiting on dialysis patients or people, having their procedures. So that right there helped me a ton. I thought, well, if you build it, they will come.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. The other thought I had, we were talking about indicators briefly. Sorry to cut you off. You want to continue, or you're going to say something?
No.
So, indicators by their nature are lagging, meaning they don't develop until the data comes in, the print, the time of sales, whatever. If you look my chart's still up. So if you look, this is VWAP, this little blue, or not blue. Yeah, but I put in the blue line. But this is VWAP, this little gray in front of here. You notice that it's perfectly in line vertically with the bar. It moves because the volume profile is live in real time. So as that develops, it affects VWAP because it's obviously, this is moving. It's what it says. It's average weighted price based on the volume. So that's not truly an indicator, although people could say it's an indicator. But I'm not using, Fibonacci's or stochastics or anything of that nature. I do have levels here, like I put down. Get out of that. My pointer. This orange line at the bottom is just I'm tracking the overnight low and I'm tracking the overnight high, and I'll move it as the range expands. But I keep that there, and I use it for the morning when I come in before I trade the US session or the RTH session. I'd like to know what happened in the overnight. So right now, and I will keep these wherever. I'll move these obviously to wherever the true range was in the overnight, plus the overnight volume point of control. I mark all that down. And then what I do is once the US session opens up, I will start based on where we open up. If we open up a little below the overnight low, well, I'm watching to see if are we going to come up and retest and then sell off. So I'll use this as kind of like a target, if you will, something. One of these things I use as a target. And it's really more of just a probability target because I just like to know. This all goes back to auction market theory, which is participants, buyers and sellers. What are they doing? Do they like prices up here, or do they want to do they want to check and test prices down here, etc.? And that is what develops the profile. And so when I'm looking to see what happened in the overnight, like did we retest any particular area, any important areas? Did we move? Where are we opening up in relation to yesterday? These are things that I find useful, and I've kind of made them like my little indicator. But I'm very discretionarily based. I still, at this point, I'm very instinctive. I'm not systematic. I don't have a hard set rule that says I must do this, I must do that. I just kind of go with the flow.
Auction market theory. That's something I want to study. I heard you guys. I heard
well, you know what?
About that.
Yes, and you're doing some of it though, Tiger, because when you're looking at like your zones and everything, I mean, it's still auction market. It's all what shows up for you is no different than the vol. That's what I was saying earlier when you had your chart up, right? It's what you were calling what did you call it? Like a low volume gap or something you were saying, I think.
Okay.
It's no different.
Similar, same thing.
It's no different.
Okay.
It's no different.
It was just a new term.
If you look at like
new term.
Yeah.
New term I heard.
Yeah. So. It's like, okay. Yeah. It's like this. It's like, though. You see how there's like this is the low volume node in here, and then it goes out to another peak. It's a higher volume. Obviously more trade, more volume was traded at these prices here than in here.
Yeah.
So, if I'm looking at how it comes back, to me, if we're up here and we're coming down here, well, we got to get past obviously the point of control, which is now this is more multi-session because it's going out into today, and you'll notice it keeps going back. So it's going to last night's overnight, but whatever was formed here, this is a very popular price at this area. If it wants to go south and fall off, it's got to go down, and it's got to keep going down. Well, low volume kind of acts as like a resistance here or support. If it's holding up its support, fine. If it pops down through, it'll be resistance on the way up. Same thing. So I'm looking at these areas which are created by buyers and sellers, which is part of the auction, and they're just forming this. It's just a visual way, because like I told you, Tiger, I'm not a good math guy. I need the visual, but I want to dumb it down and be as simplistic as I can so that when I see something, I can get into a trade and I can let it develop. I will sit in a trade. I do scalp quickly too, but I will sit in a trade for hours if I need to, as long as my stops are there. And especially if the trade is in my favor and I've moved into break even or beyond, then I'm happy to sit there and, and trail if I can, or if it comes back and basically scratches me out, it scratches me out. But I have nothing at risk at that point. I can't lose money. So I will sit and be patient and let things develop, like right here. Like I'm still kind of waiting for this to see if it's going to come up here and retest. I'm thinking I want to get short here unless it does a nice move to the upside and with some velocity and keep going. But the way this has been moving. I can already gather that it's just kind of one of these chop. And look, it may be like this all night. It may just consolidate all night, even through London and into the morning. And we wait for what happens in the U.S. session or news release, But we don't seem to have a lot of crazy. We don't have major stuff tomorrow in the U.S. We have some stuff in Europe. I know that. Just a bunch of Europe stuff coming out. Later on.
Might be a different story tomorrow's quiet market session. We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. Yeah, because at this point I've got quite a few alerts, but still quite a ways away from them. I think the closest one I have was that $1. Yeah, I'm still about 20 pips.
Yeah.
From my nearest potential trade, which is that one I showed the example of on my 4 to 1. 4 to 1. Yeah, Bitcoin showed back up on my bullish bias list this week. First time it's been on there for several weeks.
A
couple months or so. But yeah, some of the fundamentals kind of flipped in place to benefit Bitcoin. So yeah, it's benefit. I mean, I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to come all the way down to like 114,000 before I'd even be interested. I need a big discount. May not get it, but
I mean,
if
114, I'm thinking like dip below 100K, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't trade crypto. I don't trade crypto, and I would only do it to buy it, and hold it as an investment. So I would.
No, I never did either. I always said it's just too volatile. It doesn't behave at all like a fiat currency, but it's gotten to the point now to where it behaves pretty decent. And plus, on the algorithm I have, it tracks Bitcoin and all the fundamentals and the sentiment. So
there's more adoption now, I think, right? Yeah.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying there's more adoption from some governments and other institutions. There's ETFs for it. There's so
the hodl.
Yeah, the hodl, diamond hands, baby.
Hodl.
You know what they say? Diamond hands, like hold on to dear life.
Yeah. No, I threw a little bit of money in hodl when it was released. Whenever the heck.
You're talking about the actual coin hodl. I thought you were just talking in the phrase.
Well, it's the Van Eck Bitcoin Trust. Yeah, that one came out in early January of 2024. I think it was. Let me look here. I think I bought it around $14. It's up to around $33 now. So
that's not bad.
I've 2x'd it. Oh, that's fine. I'll take it. Yeah, the Van Eck. Yeah, ticker is just HODL. Yeah.
Did you put much in it, or kind of like just dipped your feet into it?
Just dip my toes in. I think I threw $50 in it or something like that, just on either Robinhood or Public, something like that. But it's just I've done that with a few things. I got some Bitcoin over there. I got some Ethereum and a couple other coins. I don't really trade Bitcoins, as far as crypto. But again, I have adopted Bitcoin. So as of really the last year, I've been kind of trading in and out of Bitcoin. Just buys only. I don't look at any sells, obviously. But anyway, it's if you guys want to flip over to my chart real quick, I'll just touch on the Bitcoin. So at the moment,
my thing ain't doing nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, you know what? It looks like Bitcoin actually dropped a 0.2. So it's giving me a score of a 4. So technically neutral, but I only need one more good piece of news for Bitcoin. If I get that, this is my daily. I mean, like you said, 100,000. So 100,000, I've got a big daily demand zone candle down here. Quite a big range. It looks like about a $4,000 range.
Yeah, it's a big range. The only reason I said that is it's not only is it a psychological, level and number, but we've been seeing it when it's been breaking 100 and then it's been pulling back and it's been, you know what I mean? It's kind of been doing this for a bit. But up now it's up. It went up to 123 or something. So I think it's at 119-ish right now. Yeah.
So 119. But for me to get it all excited about it, I'd have to step down to a 4 or a 2 hour. So I had this zone drawn up on a smaller time frame, but it's already been mitigated. So I'm probably not interested in that area anymore. 2
Mhm.
hours. I do have this 2 hour
Mhm.
demand right here. So I'd be interested maybe in that area. Take a small stab at it, but if it fails, got another one right below. It's a bigger time frame. It's 12-hour zone down here below. If I go down to a 12-hour, but so yeah, we'll take a small
Yeah.
stab. If it comes down to here, give me a nice bullish engulfing candle with some volume spikes. If it fails there, no big deal. Take a small loss here and jump back in down here at the 12-hour. And I think that's also a 2 hour within that 12-hour, which shows me confluence. I think that's 2 hour. No, that's about a 1 hour actually. Go down here and look. Yeah, 1 hour. So if I just look at that zone, yeah, I got that little red candle down before a big giant spike up. So that's where I wrap my rectangle around. So yeah, and plus we got this little former resistance point coming down, potentially be support, but I would like to see it wick into that zone before it rounds the corner and goes back up. Yeah, if I type in 720 minutes, 12 hours, now that zone looks a little more visible right here. So that's what I would be looking for. If it fails all that, yeah, I think I would just wait for 100,000. I only care about that on the higher time frames. I don't really care to get down into the 5 minute, 15-minute time frames to trade Bitcoin.
Right.
It's basically 4 hour minimum, maybe 1 hour, but 4 hour is it. I don't want to go any lower than that. Because again, it's starting to behave better, but it's still not quite behaving like a fiat. I mean, it's still got some crazy spikes. If we look at that thing daily, get rid of my draw. I mean, Bitcoin just does nothing but big jumps up, sideways forever, big jumps up, sideways, a little bit of a down move, sideways, big jump up, sideways, big jump up, and now we're sideways. So it's just kind of a herky-jerky action. I mean, it's quite predictable. So, that's why I like to look at it and put on my weekly and even monthly. Well, actually, let's do this. Weekly. Yeah, when I put my
it's predictable, but it doesn't have the range. It's not giving you the range you would consider at all right now. But I know what you're saying. Because if you want to just kind of, yeah.
So just give me a discount.
I just overlaid the NQ. I just overlaid the NQ over my ES chart, and it's identical. I mean, it's completely symmetrical. They're not moving. This market, I think they exerted so much energy today that. But once again, this is kind of how this is normal behavior. This is usual. I shouldn't say normal. This is typical behavior after a day like today. You're going to get usually some relief, everyone's going to take a breath. Maybe the markets are looking at this. Maybe they'll be profit taking in the morning, or they're just sitting and waiting for other news or more tariff stuff that may come out. But it's not selling off. It's happy being up here. We're over 6,400 in the ES, and it hasn't dropped below it.
ES and NQ, is that what you said?
Yeah, the ES and the NQ. I've got them. I just overlaid the NQ over my ES, and I mean they're just
pretty similar.
They're twins, man. They're twins. Well, they usually are. They usually are. Yeah. Today, I think the NQ was a little non-correlated through the middle of the day, I believe. But I mean, I just trade what I trade. I don't jump around too much.
My most bearish currency pair is pound Swiss at a -11. So I just wanted to take a quick peek at that one. Downtrend, a little bit of a didn't really move far away, but I do have a little bit of a supply candle there. Oh, let's see here, turn my draw. Oh yeah, I do have that. So I need to put me an alert there. I'm going to put an alert on that 4-hour supply candle there, supply zone. I just wanted to look at two of my strongest bearish ones real quick.
Oh, of course.
Right there. Why do I have two alerts? I have that.
I'm a little.
Delete that. Get that. I'm picky. It's got to be right on the proximal line. Right on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hate being this anal. It drives me nuts. But yeah, that's probably. Did that even touch? It looked like it came close to touching. No, it missed the. Oh, that's right. So I was getting ready to get into this trade on Thursday of last week, and as you can see, it missed it by a pip. And then as soon as it missed it by a pip, it came down nicely because it was giving me a bearish reading.
So did it not? Did you not enter because it didn't give you an alert because it didn't get in the zone? Is that basically why, or
no? Because
you were just waiting.
I had my alert where it's at now, so it missed my alert and my proximal line of my supply zone.
Yeah,
so that's what you call hardcore flirting. Okay. That's when you're sitting there with your Tinder app open and trying to decide if you want to swipe left or swipe right. Right. So this sucker swiped left the last second. And that would have been a really nice, what is that? 15 pips.
Stace trades. I agree with you, man. We're sitting right there, 64.05. I know it's 2 points off the all-time high, and it's just flat as a freeway or a highway, man. It's not giving me anything. And I may actually, for the first time, go
flip over?
At least a 2-hour session with no trade. I mean, normally I'm freaking gunslinging, but I'm not going to get in out of FOMO or just to chase, right? I don't want to do that. That's not advisable. I wouldn't be doing it, so I wouldn't want others to see it because just for the sake of getting into a trade, But
look at this. Yeah, no, that's understandable. Perfect example of how supply and demand works, everybody. So this is pound Swiss. Pound Swiss is giving me obviously my very bearish rating of -11. Perfect example. So my supply zone, just a handful of candles is all I want. I don't want 10, 12, 15 candles in the base of it. I just want a few, like 2, 3, 4 candles. That's all I want. I don't want price to spend a long time at that price point, at that zone. Right. So that's a perfect zone as far as time spent. And and of course it depends on the time frame, but just looking at this on this 10-minute, time frame, perfect.
Yeah.
So price leaves, creates that big fair value gap, kind of created another one on the candle after. Actually, it did. Yeah, it created a nice one. So that shows me strength. I also have a high volume spread analysis bar at the bottom, that biggest candle. Okay, boom. So that shows more strength. Price comes up. It creates my demand zone here. So it gives me a profit target. Comes in and wicks in. Get a little bit of a spinning top type of a candle there. And you can even go down to the 5-minute and see the same thing. That's a little more powerful of a candle. So that's essentially my trigger candle right there. Because you can see the volume down here doubled on the previous couple candles, right? So where do I enter on that? I enter on the break of this candle to the downside. So the bottom of the wick there on the way out. Or you can choose to wait till it leaves the zone. That's more of a confirmation entry. So excellent example right there. And as you can see, the volume is increasing as price is coming out. So, and then price comes all the way down and just touches the demand zone and then takes off the other way. So yeah, this is the part of the move I care about right here. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that move. And then again, buy to cover just before it hits the zone. That's a perfect textbook example of just a quick 3-to-1 trade, right? Just gaining nothing more than was at 740, about 20 pips. Okay, on the smaller time frame. So perfect example. Just thought I would share that. Well, we got 10 minutes, gent. No new viewer comments.
Yeah, I was just looking.
Oh, okay. Any other questions?
Just checking.
Ladies and gents, we got 9 minutes left. what we got on here? Take a look at everything.
I think they tend to agree with what we're looking at, but
Yep.
these are just the things that we all ask in our heads, guys. We all just have to go through it. Stacy wants to look at the pound dollar.
All right, pound dollar. If I'm looking at fundamentals and sentiment, it is currently giving me a neutral. I believe it was neutral. Pound dollar. Oh, never mind. Bearish. So got a -5. So yeah, we got a -5. We do have a bearish bias. So this one is the one that obviously has been in a steady uptrend for quite a while. It made a double bottom right here. So we haven't really broken the bullish bias yet as far as the technicals. Now the fundamentals are bearish, but the technicals are still bullish. So for me to have any interest in getting involved in the pound dollar, I need a confirmed downtrend. So essentially what I'd be looking at is where price is now. If, let me get that out of my way. Click. If we can do some price action kind of like this. So we bounce off of this. I got some supply zones on it. I think 4 hour. I think it's 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour. So just going back to my daily. If we can get price to bounce off that either of those 2 4-hour zones, I don't care, and then come down and break these lows and close down here.
Yeah.
Even if it's just barely under, or it could even come down to this demand zone. I don't really care. Then I would now have a confirmed lower high and a lower low. So that's where the downtrend would officially start. Right. So let's do this now. Actually, I drew
Stay straight. Stay straight says he scalps this pair, by the way. So, he's obviously scalping it where you're looking for the bigger move, which totally reasonable. And it's a great example of how two people can trade a pair totally different and make money the same. That's right. This is what I'm saying, guys. There's no one way to skin a cat at all. I mean, there's so many ways to trade. Not one person trades exactly the same. It's just about learning yourself, learning what feels right to you, and then putting in the work to start to develop an edge and to see things and recognize things. That's really the overall name of the game. All the other stuff, yes, we have to watch people. I mean, I did it. I read books and watched, there was limited, there wasn't even YouTube back then, but there was limited internet stuff. I got my hands on everything I could because I didn't know what I didn't know. I did not, I needed to get exposed to various techniques and various styles of trading to know if I liked it or I didn't. So I'm not trying to say just ignore everything and work on your inner self. I'm just saying, pay attention and expose yourself. But, if it doesn't suit you, move away from it and start to, gravitate to things that, resonate within you and you seem to it makes sense to you. Stick with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sorry to interject there, but we're getting near the end. So I wanted to just address the comment by Stay Straits.
That's good stuff. I mean, but just to finish this, I mean, obviously being on a higher time frame, that's why I need to see this price action so that I can turn around and get in the trade somewhere in this area to short it. Now, if you're looking, because he said he was a scalper. Yeah. So if he's a scalper, I mean, you can just look at something simple as a 5-minute time frame where it's bouncing into a demand zone right now. Right. And trying to turn up. So, and that's strictly technical because, again, the fundamentals say go short. But when you're on the smaller time frames, it doesn't really matter as much because no matter how strong a bullish signal is or bearish, it still has to go both directions. It's still going to ping.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
So,
right. It's a great point.
Clearly,
a great point you just said. It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it's doing now. It's just ping ponging. Up, down, already hit this area. I mean, there's a little bit of demand in that area. We know because it pushed price up. Same thing, right? The institutions do this. So, you know, that's potential
Oh,
point
yeah.
right there to place a little scalp, a little buy. Just kind of follow the trend and hit those lows. Buy the dips, but it's more than just a dip. It's just finding where price creates a fair value gap, like you see right there. The order imbalance.
Yeah.
Well, the order imbalance is great, but you want to go to the origin of it to place your buy order and collect those unfilled orders. So
Right.
good stuff. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, and Stace Trade says he also swing trades other things, so he probably scalps, you know, pound dollar more or whatever. And it's great to have a bunch of tools to, you know, for various, whether you're scalping, whether you're swinging, whether you're, you know, intraday, holding longer. It doesn't matter.
That's the beautiful thing about supply and demand. It works on all time frames, and that's one of the main reasons I love that
That's
tool.
right.
I mean, obviously that's how the markets move, but yeah, I mean, you know, euro dollar can go to a 30-minute time. Look at that, beautiful red candle.
I mean, they're
down,
moving.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Markets move from balance to imbalance and back. That's what they do. They're constantly. It's like, that's why I like the auction, because it's almost the same thing. It's, you know, they're going up to maybe where there's not much interest down low. So what's an auctioneer going to do? Start raising prices, or lowering it, I'm sorry, to get to a point where you've got interested buyers, and then all of a sudden there's competition. Other buyers all want in, moves the price back up to maybe where he started at. And if it's strong enough, it'll keep going. If it holds, come back down for a bit. Other people will get in where they couldn't get in at that price. It's just, it's shopping, man. It's like going to the store. It's once you look at it like that, then, like you said, Tiger, you can do it on any time frame, because the supply and demand is always there on any fractal or macro level.
Yep, that's it, man. I love it. And also just seeing where volume spikes. I mean, for me to qualify a supplier demand zone, ladies and gentlemen, I got to have volume picking up in that area. So like this one here, right? You can see the leg out candle, how strong that volume was on my VSA, right? I mean, that's just
those two red ones right there. Yeah.
That's the leg out candle plus the candle right after that. So that's this green candle and then that one. So anytime you get that, it's pretty. What do you got?
Stace
Trades
knows me by now. Yeah, oh my God, we have so much fun joking banter with each other. Yeah, exactly. I think I was saying earlier in one of the sessions today, because someone was asking about, am I going to go long or short? I'm like, dude, I'm a switch hitter, man. I'll go either way. I don't care. And they're just like, I'm like, I don't think you guys, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Thanks for the support. Let it be. Thanks for being here, guys. Stace Trades, Pluvio Man. Who else was in here? I think I'm forgetting someone earlier. Maybe it's just these three boys.
I think it was the main ones. Yeah. It was fun. Hope you got something out of that.
The most active.
Yep. I'll be back bright and early, 3 a.m. Central Standard Time for Forex Fire. Daryl will be on shortly after that, a few hours after that, rather.
Yep.
And we're going to bring in PMI data in style. Right, Daryl?
Yeah, you're on what? You're on in 5 hours, and I'm on in 7 or 8 or something. I can't remember, but we'll be back.
Like 9 or 10.
So thank you, guys. We're going to wrap it. Have a good evening. Have a good morning, wherever you may be. Coach Tiger, always a pleasure, man. Take care. Have a good night.
You too, brother. You too, man. Talk to you later.
Thank you. You got it.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.